Previously on the Mister, a poor Albanian immigrant flees from her abusive past to find herself the cleaning lady of an aristocratic fuckboy who mourns the loss of his recently departed brother and inherited said brother's earldom. And now, they meet. Chapter 4 switches to Alessia's point of view, and this is her first thought upon meeting Maxim. God, he is here, and he is mad. And considering last chapter didn't end with Maxim really getting angry, just confused, this little bit tells us that Alessia is particularly uneasy around men. After all, Maxim is her only male client. What a coincidence. And, yeah, go figure, me. She damn near had a panic attack thinking about a man from her past. Yes, but it's just nice to see that this is really a part of her character, and not just some event that pop up when convenient just for the sake of drama. As far as I know, my bar is still set that low. So Alessia keeps her head down in fear of upsetting Maxim and getting fired, which would mean not being able to play his piano anymore, no! Perspective shifts straight to Maxim, and oh my god, these are gonna get frequent now. Alright, time to keep count per chapter and cry. And ding it. Maxim's like, who is this timid creature in my hallway? He wants her to look up at him, and when she does, he is awestruck. Oh. Then he asks where his previous cleaning lady's at, as gently as possible, as to not scare off the poor little doe in front of him. She responds that the other cleaning lady, Christina, went back to Poland and she's been cleaning his place for the past week, and that she has also been living in England for 3 weeks. Alessia bites and licks her upper lip because this book knows I got a bingo slot for bottom lip biting and wants to taunt me. Maxim's a damn moth to a lamp, aroused by nylon. They both finally introduce themselves, and he flees to the gym to work out through his spiked libido. Perspective shift. Alessia's glad he left, but she liked watching his sexy ass leave. Oh. She goes to clean the bedroom, notices the ribbon tied to the headboard, the handcuffs on the floor, and wonders what they could have possibly been used for. Girl, come on, you've seen all the condoms he goes through on an every other day basis. The dude can fill buckets. He practically already does. Literally. I think you can put 2 and 2 together here. Perspective shift. Maxim aggressively attempts to weightlift his raging boner down. So fucking swole! Perspective shift. Alessia's in the laundry room, throwing a load in the dryer. She hears Maxim rush in, shower, and leave again. She revels in the sweet soapy scent that lingers, then finishes her cleaning, and finally rushes to play the piano. Perspective shift. Maxim meets his sister Marianne for lunch. They play narrative catch-up, and we learn that she's a successful doctor nerd of the family. Their mother, Rowena, joins the party. Maxim's not fond of the dowager countess who left his father and caused him to die of heartbreak. She's the grace before emotion type who speaks with a mid-Atlantic accent. Who still talks like that? Works as an editor for a women's magazine in New York, strives to maintain her youth and beauty, loves the company of young men, and glares because she's far too vain to wear glasses. Alright, James, I get the picture you're trying to paint here for us. Yeah, a totally selfish, shallow, bougie American woman that we're all supposed to just dislike. Alright, James, I see your misogyny. I see it loud and clear. The three talk about Kit's will. Upon hearing that Caroline gets nothing, Rowena suggests giving her some interior design work if she's disinherited from her father's will by the fault of the evil stepmother. I'm noticing a pattern of contemptible mother figures here. Go figure. Tuh. They also discuss Caroline's possible pregnancy, as that might be the only chance to secure the earldom next gen, since apparently Maxim and Marianne just aren't doing their parts to procreate. How dare they not spit out babies. Maxim gets home around dusk, has a text chat with Caroline, fibs to get out of spending the night with her, because God forbid he seeks comfort in the woman who knows his pain for the 3rd time, even though it is his. sister-in-law. And he thinks about what Alessia might be doing instead, even though they just met earlier that day. Chapter ends with Maxim getting a burst of composing creativity that lasts till midnight before he goes to bed early and alone. And it's at this point that I find out that this book's practically a modern retelling of the Poldark series. I had no idea what the hell Poldark even was until I found out about this. At first, I was rather disillusioned because I really was hoping for something that didn't immediately elicit hey, guys, this is just like this other series over here comments a day after I started reading this. And since I know nothing about Poldark and its characters, I got no frame of reference to compare anything. So all I can do is keep reading and commenting on the text as it is, all the while feeling weary and unsure what's e.l.James's voice or what's Winston Graham's. What a pleasant reading experience! So it's chapter 5 and we're back with Alessia, who enters Maxim's place to clean. Holy balls, does she not have a life outside of this apartment? This poor girl. Oh. She's also soaking wet from torrential rain, cause apparently umbrellas only exist for them rich folk, I guess. Alessia scuttles off to the laundry room and peels off her jeans to throw them in the dryer. But it's okay. She's a shorty, therefore the hemline of her housecoat is past her knees, so she's still technically decent. Oh, and just so you know, there is no alarm for her to turn off, so she knows Maxim's home, but she's just banking on him being asleep. Alright, so let me put that into context. A cleaning lady, whom her client doesn't really know because they just technically met the day before, is scuttling about in her client's home while said client is home with no pants on. Oh, this is peak professionalism here, boys. I can only speculate what could happen. All my years of consuming erotica cannot possibly prepare me for what's to come. Ooh. But lo and behold, she hears Maxim call out to her. Literally a paragraph later, he is definitely not asleep. So she goes out to the kitchen, meets him there, and we know he just wanted to say hi. Oh. Perspective shift 1. Maxim's a nervous schoolboy around her, yet the little brown-haired mouse. Yes, I knew she wouldn't be a blonde. Note for the record, Caroline is indeed definitely a blonde. Became quite the muse for him. That single first encounter yesterday where she was scared dickens from him and could barely say anything. That alone inspired him to complete 3 whole compositions, sketch out 2 more, and consider throwing lyrics on 1. Oh my God. I can only dream about finding a muse that powerful. Maxim watches Alessia scuttle about with no pants on, and then he stares at her huge, bulking pink granny panties that have of course soaked through her nylon housecoat, and he just utterly lusts after her butt. Perspective shift. Alessia just can't get Maxim out of her mind, but there's no way he'd ever be interested in someone like her. After all, she's only there to clean his dirty, dirty apartment and throw out his mountain of oozy-goozy condoms. But she goes to empty his bedroom wastebasket, and she breathes a sigh of relief when there's no mountain of filled condoms rotting in there. Ah. Now, of course, a normal person would, of course, be delighted because you're like, yeah, no rotten that is disgusting. I don't want to clean that. Gross. I'm not getting paid enough for this. No, the context here is, oh, he is single. He is not making passionate love to another female lady. That means I can dream about him making sweet, sweet love to my lady flower instead. Like, that's the context that James is going here for. So, I mean, I see through you. Come on, I'm not that dumb. Perspective shift. Maxim's at his computer trying to do Earl business, and he wonders how the hell Kit did all this crap and not just put a bullet through his skull. You know, he's just sitting there tapping away on his laptop like a big boy, typing big boy words, and it's just, you know, he does it for like, I don't know, 5 minutes before he gets tired of it and just decides to go take a break and play his piano. Perspective shift. Alessia's cleaning one of Maxim's 3 kitchens. Why does anyone have 3 kitchens in an apartment? What kind of Tory bougie bullshit guy is... She hears Maxim's melancholic piano playing and goes to watch and admire him. He catches her staring, and she asks if it's okay to clean the room, and he's like, sure girl, come on in. Perspective shift. Maxim struggles to contain his raging boner once more as he tries not to stare at Alessia. She reaches around the giant's L-shaped sofa or whatever to fluff those pillows, and the hemline rises up her bare legs because she is wearing no pants. And then when she polishes the piano, she applies so much elbow grease, she's just panting up a storm as if he's already f***ing her behind. Oh, this is a tacky porno waiting to happen. I kind of just want it to happen and get it over with, you know, break the seal right now, throw her over the piano, into her, just break it now so that we can just live on with our lives later. But no, thank God, Maxim's phone rings and he gets up to excuse himself to take the call. Perspective shift. Alessia's just confounded why the heckity-heck Maxim would possibly stare so intently at her pantsless self. She has an internal conversation with her ma from the old country, you know, kind of akin to Anastasia Steele and her stern librarian superego. Maxim lets Alessia borrow a spare umbrella, the tool of the bourgeoisie, before he leaves the flat. Alessia then goes to play the piano. Perspective shift. Maxim basks in Alessia's shy little, "Oh, thank you, mister," and then goes on to do business stuff. Smash cut to after his businessy stuff, and he debates on whether to go to the club or go home. Smash cut to him at home, and he's getting hard over Alessia again, but still decides not to go out and get laid and play the piano instead, like a good boy. Perspective shift. Alessia masturbates to thoughts of Maxim. Oh, well, hey, at least she knows her own body, unlike Anastasia, so, good for her. Good for her. Hope she has fun. Root for you, girl. Perspective shift. Maxim quickly rubs one out to thoughts of Alessia. We find out Caroline's not pregnant after all, so they go and hang out. She teases Maxim over meeting someone. They get crunk, but they don't bone, they just cuddle. You know, they gotta keep it platonic now because Maxim has met his main love interest, so, you know, all of the other women are just off the table now. No more. He has to keep his dick dry until he penetrates the young virgin flower that is Alessia Demarquis. Yeah, so that ends chapter 5. Chapter 6 opens up to Alessia, who is, guess what, guys? She's arriving at the apartment to clean again. Ah, God, girl, get a life, please. I feel so sorry for you. Please, take up a hobby. Anything. Your life is more than this apartment. Anyway, she sees Caroline in the kitchen. Misunderstanding alert. Yeah. Perspective shift. Maxim dreams of a naked Alessia. Caroline wakes him up, and Maxim's quick to clear up the misunderstanding by referring to Caroline as his sister-in-law. The two of them leave the flat to get breakfast, and Alessia gnaws on her upper lip just to taunt me more. Perspective shift. Alessia is relieved Caroline's family, and even more relieved to not see Mount condoms in the trash again. Perspective shift. Caroline figures out that Maxim's crushing on Alessia. Maxim admits to himself that he really does want to snoop his sexy employee, and it's convenient because she also wants to get snooped by him. Caroline brings up Rowena wanting her to pull herself up by her bootstraps, and whispers that she needs more time, that they only buried Kit 2 weeks ago. And he dares to have this thought. I miss him too, and actually, it's 13 days since his burial. 22 days since he died. This leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Why does he feel the need to compete with his supposed best friend over who loved Kit more? Guys, I'm really starting to doubt that he really does drink that respects women juice. We smash cut to Maxim rushing up the stairs to his flat after breakfast. He enters and hears god tier piano music and oh my god, it's Alessia. She's so good. What? Whoa, she's a virtuoso. Oh. Meanwhile, Oliver, Kit's old friend and accounts manager, guy, person, dude, arrives and Alessia, sees this as an opportunity to excuse herself. And she's, rushing out the door because Oliver, and Maxim is there to assure her that she can play his piano anytime. He assures this to her. And then he helps Alessia into her coat and notices the name Michael Janetschek in the collar and thinks, oh my god, who is this? Her boyfriend? Oh my god, I am sad. When she leaves, Oliver's like, hey, dude, who's that? She's not on the employment record. I'm gonna need to look into her. And he's like, okay, it's fine. Sure. Perspective shift. Alessia's like, oh, he touched my lips so gentle, like how I dreamed. Maybe he likes me after all? But no, that is impossible. After all, I am just the cleaner. But she notices that she hurried out of the flat so fast that she left her pair of casual boots behind. So she's just running around in the torrential rain in her indoor cleaning sneakers. She thinks about the family she's staying with, Magda, from the prologue, and her son Michael. Michael lives on social media and loves taking selfies with Alessia. So those selfies littered all over all the social media sites will definitely come back to bite Alessia in the ass somehow, right? Right? Yeah, right. No, it is. Perspective shift. Oliver suggests Maxim that he should tour and inspect all the Trevlin estates to up the morale of the staff. Maxim angst being all, oh yeah, I have responsibilities now, damn it, I miss my brother. Everyone adored him and I was just a spare. No one liked me because I was a black sheep spare. Man, I don't want to leave London. I'll miss the cleaner I want to bang. But he agrees to go out and do the thing tomorrow. End of chapter 6. Whew. Christ, oh my god. The pining is so strong here. Ever since they had that really, nothing of a first meeting, that's all these characters do. There is no spark in that first encounter. It was just hey, please look at me. And she's like, oh, I can't look at him. He's mad and I am too nervous. I don't want to get fired. And he's like, excuse me? But no, that encounter is just the chemistry, the love at first sight is just so imminent. And, oh my god, it's not. It's really not. And the characters can try and tell me that till they're blue in the face, but I'm not buying it. And then there are the perspective shifts. I just kind of feel like this is James combining two novels together so she doesn't have to do another retelling in the other character's perspective thing. The jumps from first person to third to back and forth again and again and again and again and again are driving me up the fucking wall. I'd like to think that I'd be more tolerant of the first and third perspective shifts if it was at least more consistent, but as you can see, nothing of worth has happened to justify these shifts, or at least not this fucking many. Why would someone need 9 perspective shifts in one chapter? Because, it's just that damn integral that we see Maxim angst over his inherited position again and decide to go play piano for barely a page, to then spend a page and a half with Alessia becoming captivated by his playing and wanting to clean the room that, he's sitting playing the piano in, to then spend barely 2 more pages of pantsless, pillow fluffing, piano polishing, panting, non-f***ing. 3 perspectives in roughly 5 pages where no sense of action is taking place. That is nuts. This shit is all willy-nilly chaos, and I only have so much aspirin I can overdose on. In part 1, I was kind of starting to think, I might not actually get a bingo on this shit bingo card, let alone make that many marks. Now I'm gonna be looking for a stamp to get ready because, whew, baby mama's gonna be making some marks here. I'll give a little credit though, just a smidge. This video marks me officially 6 chapters in, and at this point, I'm still not all that bored with this yet. But, you know, given how much of a boring author e.l.james is, the boredom will slap me in the face hard, because Twitter me has a wildly different opinion. Twitter me is very sad and very bored. Twitter me already read through a couple sex scenes where he penetrated her Lady Flower, period, hard, period. Because that's... Oh man. It's gonna get rough in the future. Like, future me. Oh. It's gonna get rough, guys. It's gonna get rough. Woof.